What's up, everybody? Bluegabe. I just got home from Georgia, been deer hunting for 6 days, haven't uploaded much. Just picked the boys up, but the whole way home, I thought to myself, I want deer jerky. Guess what? I happened to kill a buck, and I've got a cooler full of deer meat. Woo! Now, we've been soaking it on ice water for about 2 days. Gonna drain that water off, take it inside, and I'm gonna show y'all how to properly debone a ham, a deer ham. Get the steak parts out, the stew parts out, the fry parts out, and then show y'all what I make deer jerky out of on my Traeger grill. All right, y'all, we're gonna make the marinade first, then I'll get to cutting up. Just got a bowl, got a little bit of Simply lemonade. I know you're thinking, what in the world does beef jerky and lemonade have to do? Hey, we're experimenting. Got some Mamacita's oyster garlic. This marinade is going to be really strong because when you take the meat out of the marinade, most of it ain't on there anymore anyways. A little bit of soy sauce. I'm not measuring anything, by the way, but I guarantee it's going to be good because I already tasted all the ingredients. Go pretty heavy with the salt if you like salty jerky. I do. All right, so the first piece of meat I'm going to use for the jerky is the back strap. This isn't my favorite piece of meat. Everybody's like, oh, I want the back strap. To me, about the only thing it's good for is jerky, so that's what we're gonna make out of it. I'll first cut all this silver off. When you take a back strap like this and you want to cut that silver meat off, which is the tough stuff on the bottom, just flay it just like a fish. So once you got most of it off, I just cut it in thin pieces, and you want to try to get all of it about the same thickness so it cooks equally. All right, so I cut all them strips into little flat pieces, like little mini pancakes. Now I got the 2 big chunks of the back strap left. I'm gonna do something completely different, something I've never done. I'm gonna almost try like a jerky stick, but out of straight deer meat, not ground. I'm gonna cut it into big long lines. Now I know that it's gonna take smoking these a lot longer than what I normally would because they're gonna be thicker, but I wanna see if my theory will work. So I'm gonna leave them about that thick. So I'm just taking all these, like I said, try to make them in equal sizes so they all cook about the same length of time. I really want to try some this thickness, but I just think it's too much. It'll take too long and you'll lose that jerkiness. So I'm gonna leave them about that long. So I'm gonna cut the rest of this meat up and I'll see y'all out at the grill. All right, it's that time. It's been marinating for 24 hours. I'm gonna show y'all how to fire this Traeger grill up. Now, I'm sure a bunch of y'all thought I was gonna make deer jerky in a dehydrator. Nope. In this Traeger grill, my favorite, cook it low and slow, maybe 3-4 hours depending on the size of the chunks of the meat. The thicker chunks that I cut in the long, thick strips are gonna probably take, I'd say 5 hours. The little flat pieces, the silver dollar pancake pieces, probably 3 hours. So first, let's show you how to crank this grill up. So this one's a little bit technical. Not bad, but a little bit. First thing you do is start it. Comes on like that. Now that's the temperature I want. So all I do is hit start, push, ignite. Now it's gonna start getting these wood chips. Make sure I got enough. So this grill runs off of an auger. It'll start dumping them in here underneath this pan and creating smoke. I started making jerky a long time ago on a Traeger grill. Won't do it any other way. I can control it. This particular grill, I can control in there on my couch, on my phone. But hey, I've done it on some that you couldn't, still works out. All right, so I got it all laid out perfectly. The smoke's billowing out. Nothing's touching each other. I'm gonna close that lid, go get the kids from school, come back, check it every hour, maybe every 2 hours, control the temperature, slowly bring it up to 200 degrees. And this is gonna be so good, so good. But for all y'all checking this mustache out, it's no shave November. I can't grow anything over here or over here, so I can only grow it here and here. Hopefully I can make it through November. Right now, all we're worried about is this jerky. I'm gonna put the phone down, go pick the boys up from school. Be back soon. See y'all in a minute. All right, so here's the deer ham. This is just a normal deer ham that we cut off the animal, threw it on ice. I'm gonna show y'all how to cut it. Now if you tread lightly and you don't use an overly sharp knife, you'll see that these muscles will start to separate. You can dig your finger in there a little bit. Sometimes you'll cut through one just a little bit and you'll find where you can start easing these muscles apart. Now, I've done this 1,000 times, so I know where they're at a lot better than some that wouldn't have done it so many times. But if you work slowly, you'll start to see how that muscle will just peel off. And that's how you get your different steaks and your different cuts. Now, obviously, you're gonna cut through a little bit here and there. Who cares? So this is 2 muscles, a little thin one on top of a thicker one, and that is my favorite part on the deer right there. And you got this little one right here that's really good too. See that little gland? See it right here? Always get those out. And if you don't want to piss your wife off, bring a bucket in so you can throw the scraps right in the bucket. Or if you want to be a pester, just throw it in the sink. So some of these other muscles are really good for jerky and whatnot because they have so many tendons in them and they won't make a really good steak. So that's what I use for jerky most of the time. Now, tonight I wanted to use backstrap because I want to get a good taste test. I'll separate the muscles and then I'll come back and get all this silver stuff off. But first I want to get it off this bone because for those of y'all that have dogs, you can take this bone and get most of the meat off of it and put it in the oven, dry it out, and your dog will thank you for a while. So this is probably the toughest muscle in a deer ham. And in my opinion, it's only good for stews or whatnot. It's the big round muscle, like sort of what would be his butt muscle, I reckon. That big round muscle, when you cut it, it's just slap full of silver meat. I chop this up and make a ton of jerky out of it. So here's pretty much the ham in 5 different muscles. Big round one, the 2 big flat ones, this one's my favorite. And then you have this one that's just pretty much scrap meat, good for stews and whatnot. There's that bone I talked to y'all about. Good dog treats. Watch this. Let's see what Redneck does. Redneck, come here. What you think about that big bone? What you think about that big, oh, say thanks, Dad. All right, so while I'm cooking my jerky over this duration of time, some of it's gonna get done before others. So I'll pull it off, put it right here, get a Ziploc bag with a paper towel in it, put that in there, close the lid and let the rest of the jerky keep cooking. It isn't all gonna cook at the same time. That's an important key part of this process. Don't just think, oh, 4 hours, it'll all be done. It's definitely not gonna all be done. You gotta check it about every hour, maybe even every 30 minutes as it gets, you know, as it's been cooking longer. So don't overcook the jerky, please. Don't overcook the jerky. All right, I need a taste tester. Come here. Pick up any one of them pieces right there and try it.
That's good.
That's good. That's what I'm talking about. We'll see y'all in about 2 hours, but in all reality, it's gonna be like literally right now. Look at that. Woo. Some of it's already done. Right now it's time to take it in the kitchen. I'll see y'all there in a second. All right, y'all, that's a wrap. Got a buddy of mine, Chris, which is a big fan of the channel. He saw that I had a bunch of fresh deer meat, messaged me, asked me if he could have some. I said, come on. He came all the way from Boynton. Just showed up right as the jerky got done. We're gonna let him try it, let the kids try it, and we'll be out of here. Come on, get you a piece. Tell me what you think. Now be honest with us.
To be honest, it's really good. The flavor's good. The smoke nice. You can't get fresher than this.
Not much salt either. That's got lemon juice, oyster garlic, kosher salt, and soy sauce.
Can't get fresher than this. Bluegabe, you the man.
Y'all, I'm here to tell you that this jerky is the bomb. It's not too chewy. It's just right. All right. So, Chris here drove all the way from Boynton. I just cut up one of them hams, put it in the same marinade that I did that jerky. I promise you guys, if y'all do that marinade just like I did, to me it was life-changing. One of the best things I ever ate in my life. The jerky was insanely good, not too salty, got a little bit of lemon. You can taste that oyster sauce. TRAEGER grills, I'm telling you guys, the whole combination was insane. I'm gonna go outside, get him some deer meat. Hey, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for all y'all shares. Thanks for all the positive comments. Thanks for loving my little children's redneck. Thanks to all you fans. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the shares. Like Jake says, we're always what?
We're getting out of shape.
We're getting out of shape.